200 children have gone missing from the UK's asylum hotels. Should the UK continue to house young asylum seekers away from their families? David, what do you think?
It depends on the individual circumstances of these young people, and some of them are children, and we don't always know as well what ages some of these asylum seekers are. Some claim that they are younger than they are. Some are deliberately separated from their families to try to give what they may think of give them an opportunity to become a resident here in the UK. The reality is that they are vulnerable people. They've been pushed across on boats and they've been manipulated by criminal gangs.
Yeah.
And there's a perception out there amongst lots of refugees who are on the continent of Europe, thinking that this is some wonderful land that looks better than France or Germany or Italy. And with regards to the children, they need to be looked after. And the Home Office recently, there's an article there this week about the Home Office recruiting extra social workers, and we have an obligation under UN law with refugees and especially children to still look after them. So we have to uphold the law and uphold our responsibilities in that regard too.
Nathan, what do you think?
I think the answer is yes. I think refugee, and asylum seeker children should be allowed to stay with their families. I think the way that the current system works is shameful. It's damning, really, of our country, where people have to wait for 2, 3, sometimes even 4 years for that case to be processed. There's no real justification for that to take place. And I think that's it's another example of this particular Home Secretary and her sort of callousness, I would argue, in a use of language like invasion, referring to people who are incredibly desperate, who are seeking a safe haven in many cases. And many of our ancestors have come over to this country and been accepted, and in some cases had faced a lot of discrimination. But having a fair and ethical asylum system is crucial, really. And I think just the way these people have been treated is shocking.